Hey, I'm Jefe, and on this adventure, I'm going coyote hunting with Colt from Colt Builds It.
I'm gonna shoot stuff.
Ever fired a long-range gun?
Yeah, I got a 300 Win mag I like.
What's the furthest distance you fired?
Accurately, maybe 700 yards.
Well, we got a target out here that's 890, I think, so we'll see if we can break that record.
Oh, man.
All right, we're gonna have you shoot both, and then you can pick which one you want to use when we go coyote hunting.
Okay.
This is a 7 PRC, and this is a 6.5 Creedmoor. And we're gonna be firing all the way up in that canyon.
That's a long ways.
Let's start with the 6.5 Creedmoor. Oh, that was a hit. Nice shot. Okay, you ready to try something further?
Sure.
We're gonna put you all the way out with this one. Oh, that's just a little low. Oh, that was just a little low. Let's try this bad boy out.
All right.
This one, I know, is dead on. And if you mess with it, it's all your fault. Because Bailey shot her elk at 500, so.
Is that a hit?
That was a hit. Nice shot. That was a hit. Nice shot. There you go. All right, let's try this 836 yard shot to beat your record, and then we'll be done for the day.
All right.
Hit. Hit. Nicely done, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Nice shot. We broke your record.
Man, I'm like a sniper. I wouldn't even normally take a shot that far.
It's amazing being able to shoot that far. Like, it's fun. I got to get cleaned up because I got to go. I got a hot date. So.
Me too, but with my wife, not his.
Yeah. Better not be with mine. So, first time shooting long range. Thoughts? Well, that long of range. We broke your record.
That's something I've always wanted to do. And yeah, that was super cool. I appreciate you taking me out. I'm gonna have a celebratory smoothie.
That gun that you shot, the furthest I shot with it was 1,273 yards.
That's a long ways.
Yeah. You ever hunted coyotes?
I've never hunted coyotes.
Okay. Well, they are tricky little buggers, and what I didn't tell you when I invited you on this is I've never shot a coyote. I have called them in. I've shot at like 3 or 4 of them, but I've never hit a coyote.
I know that they are troublesome to the animal population because they're a predator.
So there's no getting rid of them, right? They did a study in Idaho, and they estimated the population of Idaho's coyotes were 60,000 coyotes. Then they did the bounty for a year, paid $50 a head. They pulled in 10,000 coyotes. The deer population went up. The coyote population the following year, they estimated at 60,000. For some reason, when their populations are low, they have more pups the following year. But if you shoot them in fawning season, then the deer and elk population go up.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know. I'm excited to do this.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
I am super excited for what I just got in the mail. Oh, yeah. Oh, those are pretty. These are custom calls made by Carver's Predator Calls. They're pretty sweet. They're right out of Ephraim, Utah. Everybody's got Fox Pros. These coyotes are so used to being called in by Fox Pros that they're used to the sound and they just don't come in anymore. So I'm hoping that utilizing these will help me call in the coyotes. This is the one Ron recommended the most. He makes them out of ammo. That is beautiful. I mean, look at that wood. He made these two custom just for me because he had these ones already made. And I'm like, I want a set to match. So he made me these two. I'm excited to give them a shot. What's up, dude?
What's going on? It's a hunting morning.
It is. All right, so Colt was just pointing out that he doesn't have camo. And it's not as important for Colt to have camo as it is for me because I'm going to be mouth calling. So the coyotes are going to be fixated on me. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out to Coral Pink Sand Dunes, and then we're going to head off towards the north of it and start driving until we find a hill. We're going to hike up on the top of it and down the other side a little bit, and we'll just park ourselves on the other side of the hill and then hopefully call in a coyote. The reason why I decided to hunt the Coral Pink Sand Dunes is that's where the majority of the deer herd that I hunt spend their winter time. So in order to protect that deer herd, I'm going to hunt some coyotes. And I understand that coyotes play a crucial role in killing off sick and weak deer. But they also kill off 80% of the fawns. So in order to increase the odds of fawns making it to adulthood, we're going to take out some coyotes. There's absolutely zero wind.
them running along the ridge line, just inside the tree line, but they never came in close enough to give us a shock. All right, so that's the end of set 1. Colt and I walked up over the hill, found 2 good spots. Unfortunately, I think they busted me because I sat out in the sun, and when you sit in the sun, you just glow like this. So I should have been in the shade or behind a bush. Okay, I kind of want to park here and walk up over this hill right here and just see if we can find a spot. So remember, be in the shade, me.
Right. Yeah.
Since you don't have camo, try and keep a bush between you and them.
Right.
The wind is starting to pick up, which is a bummer. But we at least know there's a coyote in this area. There are deer everywhere in here. Every hill we cross over, we chase a couple deer out of there. We have some deer running through the valley right now, which is a good sign. As coyote might have spooked them up. So every stand has its benefits and its downsides. That one was nice, wide open area. If a coyote came from in front of us, we'd be able to see it from a long ways off. But that's also a disadvantage. The smart coyotes won't come in unless they can get around you. And every time you walk into a stand, you leave behind a nice scent trail. So there's a good chance we called in a coyote and it bumped into our trail and got out of there, because there are coyote tracks everywhere up here. So the journey continues. You know, I'm never gonna give up till I shoot a coyote. I probably should have told you this before. And all of you, if you came to watch a professional hunter, you're on the wrong channel. I did not grow up hunting. I hunted deer hunt every year. I've only seen my dad shoot 1 coyote, and that's because it was trying to get his chickens. It takes a lot of skill to hunt. And so that's why I'm out here. And hopefully I'll get a lot better. I hope I don't get worse.
Well, it's just like anything. Everybody goes through slumps and learning stages. And the wisest people on the planet have made all the mistakes.
Yeah.
Realistically, that's how you get wisdom, is through mistakes.
I'm starting to really like this. Because we walked in here, so we already left our scent down that way. The wind is blowing this direction, so we're gonna poke up over this hill and call out. So the coyotes are gonna have to try and circle us one way or another. I'm thinking there's a coyote close. So we just stumbled on something crazy. This would be a terrible way to die. This poor deer. Colt, there has got to be coyotes. They've been eating on this deer. There's coyote prints everywhere. I'm sitting in the bottom of a valley. Colt is like 50 yards that way. So we're calling off this direction, and the wind is blowing this direction. So if anything tries to circle us to the left, they'll bump into Colt. I'm gonna be watching the right side and try and catch anything that's coming around that direction. 5 minutes, I'm gonna start calling. There's something about 20 yards away from me in the thick brush, and it's too thick for me to see it. But I can hear it moving around. I don't know what it is. It's right over there in that thick brush. All right, so you know how I said I thought I heard something? It sounded like it was right behind me, which is just crazy. But these tracks weren't here on the way in. See that fresh coyote track right there? Right there? And I heard something when the call went off, the electronic call. I heard something move, but I didn't stop. I just kept going, because if it was that close, I figured it would be running. And apparently It was a coyote running right behind me. Who'd have thunk? All right, we're heading back to the Bronco and then go get some lunch.
I still have a good feeling about the area. I think we should.
We had one run right between us.
I thought I heard it. I didn't know if it was you or if it was it.
It was it. I was sitting behind a bush facing this direction, and it ran 10 yards behind that bush, right behind me.
I heard something behind me, but I wasn't sure. I didn't see anything. Like, I was looking around, I just didn't see anything. I had about
I was
this much
so
area.
low, and there was one point I'm like, there's something right next to me. And I'm like, and I just couldn't see. I was too low in the ground. We need a hill over sagebrush.
Yep.
And preferably a pretty round hill so you can sit on both sides of it. This is all guesswork.
Yep.
Educated guesswork.
Mine ain't even educated.
Mine's slightly educated. Ron took me out twice and he showed me what to do. And he shot one coyote. I can say we called in 3 now.
Yeah.
0 in the bag. So we headed down to Mount Carmel Junction to grab lunch.
I had a taco salad and it was delicious.
I had a Cobb salad. It was also good. Ready for another hike?
Ready to go.
Okay, we're gonna go try another stand. We moved probably 5 miles away from where we were hunting previously, and we'll go try it out. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we're gonna call anything in. I think it's a little too hot. But I think the later it gets, the better chance we have.
Works for me.
Okay, let's get at it.
I'm pretty concealed down in here. My hope is that Colt can spot them. I only have 1 lane of fire unless they hop up on top of that berm right there where the call is. I've just been sitting here quiet, just waiting to see if I can see any movement of any kind. I mean, there's plenty of tracks on the ground, but I'm not even seeing a deer walking around. I just missed one, 50 yards. This is what I was using. He came in right where I thought he was. He caught my wind and he tried going around wind to me. Colt should have been able to see him from right there, but he was right in those bushes, right there. I fired 3 rounds at him. Of course the camera's not rolling when I shoot. I gotta get better at that. I think I shot right over his back. I'm gonna go look, just in case. Because I was holding right on his shoulder when I fired. I don't wanna leave a wounded animal out here. But with the way he was running away, didn't look like he was wounded. It was almost perfect, dude. He stopped right here. I was underneath that tree. He came in fast. You were almost in the right position. I think if you would have been up like over here, you would have had a perfect shot at him.
Yeah.
But dude, we gotta get going. If they're out this early, we just gotta go hit another stand. We're at our next spot. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this, but there's a coyote across the road howling back at us. I was about ready to leave this stand when he howled back, so we're gonna give him a little bit longer to come in. There's at least 2 of them, maybe more. This is the most action I've had coyote calling ever. We've had, what, 3 stands with nothing? And then 4 with something. So that's awesome. All right, so Colt has to go edit a video because if you didn't know, he's got a YouTube channel. So this will be our last set. It's about 4 o'clock. That means we should be done about 5 o'clock. That's a good time.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll be back before dark. There's no wind right now. Cloud cover. It's perfect. So we're gonna go up the tree line and we're gonna hopefully call these coyotes in. So if I were a betting man, I would bet that those coyotes are in that group of trees, that big clump right in the middle. But we gotta walk like half a mile to get away from the vehicle. There's some more deer, they're starting to move. All the animals are starting to move right now because it's cooling off. Look what I just found. Score. I think this is going to be the best stand yet because we're up high enough to see over the sagebrush. We can see a long ways off. Hopefully we get a coyote. This first call I'm only gonna do for like 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, because I don't want the coyotes to spot me. This is the last walk out. Empty-handed. What a bummer. So
So what projects are you working on right now, Colt?
I've been working on the jalopies with Matt, getting ready for the off-road games.
How do you think you're gonna do at the off-road games?
I think I'm gonna have fun. I have zero faith in the Land Rover, so I've owned them before.
Well, you picked it, right?
I picked it because I didn't think anybody would be able to find a Land Cruiser under that $5,000 budget. So that's kind of why I picked it, because I just didn't want to show up with a Grand Cherokee, because I figured that's probably what everybody else would do. What better way to entertain Americans and the British by building a British mobile in America, making it better, aka American, and then you know, naming it Tea Party. So the one thing I did find out with the Land Rover, the red color one is super rare, I guess. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then the next day I chopped the roof off. This was a super fun day though. I really appreciate you taking me out.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming along. Sorry you didn't see any of them. At least one of those 4 stands that we didn't see any coyotes. I promise you, there were some coyotes that came in and we just never saw them.
I still feel like I won because I got to make an accurate record shot for myself, and I found that.
Yeah, you're going home with more than me.
Still can't eat it, but I did find out today that my daughter's dog had puppies, so maybe they'll want something to chew on.
All right, so it's the next day and we're here at Matt's Off-Road. What are you doing here?
We're gonna weld some bead locks. Some DIY locking beads.
Nice. If you want to check that out, you can see it on his channel. How'd you think of coyote hunting?
I had a blast. I'm obviously no good at hunting predators, but if we'd had deer, we'd have been done by like 7 a.m. So you wouldn't have had a video.
Yeah, there was hundreds of them. This is by far my favorite call now. This is from Carver's Predator Calls. Once again, I'm Jefe, and thanks for watching.
See you next time. Click the bell.